Now, from the Columbia Basin, your local news source, this is iFIBER 1 News, presented in high definition. The #1 source for real-time local news, local sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. With your iFIBER 1 News team, reporting news in real time as it's happening. From the iFIBER Communications HD broadcast studio in Ephrata, Washington, this is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Welcome to iFIBER 1 News. I'm Sarah Brewer with your weekend edition. We'll review some of the top stories for this week and a few of your favorites. This weekend, we celebrate Labor Day. We will not be airing a broadcast on Monday to let our staff have the weekend to spend with their family and friends. We will resume broadcasting on Tuesday. And we have the latest weather forecast for the Columbia Basin from the iFIBER 1 Weather Center. One of the top stories this week was about people swimming in Moses Lake. They were pitching in to help fight cancer in the Swim Across America event. Here is Spencer Graham with the story.
Swimming can be tough, but swimming over 2 miles? That's how far these athletes push themselves in support of curing one of the leading causes of death in the United States. The Cancer Care supporters gathered for the Swim Across America fundraising event at Blue Heron Park in Moses Lake on Saturday morning. Swimmers have been participating in the SAA since 1987, and since then the event has grown, holding many of the gatherings all throughout the country, helping to find a cure through athleticism, community outreach, and direct service.
So my mom died of cancer in 2010, and she utilized the SCCA when she was over getting treatments in Seattle. So we feel really strongly about cancer benefit and research.
3 different races were held and started at separate intervals. The event kicked off with the start of the long 2.4-mile swim, followed by the 1-mile and half-mile swims. One by one, the swimmers trudged out of the water and onto the shore, where fans cheered in support of the athletes and greeted them with a towel and water, and a complimentary breakfast prepared by Michael's on the Lake. Safety crews were out on the lake alongside the swimmers in kayaks and paddleboards, making sure that each swimmer made it ashore. Lifeguard Dee Marlatt was proud of the swimmers and felt that each of the participants gave it their best.
I don't think I could have done what some of them have done, and they were able to stick it through. Some of them took a little longer than others, but everybody was able to finish strong, and there was no one that we had to pull. Every single person that started was able to finish in the race. Well, I think it's a great way to show support for people that are fighting cancer, people that have a lot harder things going on in their lives than we do. It's a good way for myself and my wife to be able to come out and show that support and to volunteer some of our time to hopefully find a cure for this terrible disease.
Cancer had affected most of the people attending the SAA one way or another. One of the event organizers, Rod Richardson, along with his daughter, swam in support of a friend afflicted with the disease.
I did the 2.4-mile swim. My daughter did the half-mile swim, and then a friend of ours did the 1-mile swim for Team Melanie. A friend of mine who is a cancer survivor, cancer sufferer at the current time. We didn't meet our goal, but we still raised some, and I think overall the event was a huge success for Moses Lake and for those who are dealing with cancer in our area.
The Moses Lake SAA wrapped up with an awards ceremony that awarded those with the fastest times in each category, as well as recognizing the many people who helped to support and organize the important event.
Yeah, it was the first event, so I think next year it could be bigger, but our team, we got 4 people together pretty readily to swim 2.4 miles, and that's, as you know, not a short distance.
I thought it was really well. I'm really excited for next year too, because I know it's going to be even bigger. I know this is the first time, and it's good getting the word out, and I'm really hoping to see a lot more people next year.
All proceeds from the swim benefit the Seattle Cancer Care Alliance. For iFIBER 1 News, this is Spencer Graham reporting.
If you drive by the former Kmart building in Moses Lake, you can see a change taking place. Reporter Jeff Chu helps fill us in on what's taking place.
The piles of rubble and sounds of mallets hammering are good signs for the former Kmart building off Highway 17 at Stratford Road in Moses Lake. The 100,000 square foot structure has sat empty for much of the past 10 years since Kmart left the area following bankruptcy proceedings. ASPI Group, a Renton-based commercial, industrial, and residential developer and major landowner in Moses Lake and Grant County, is changing all that with Moses Lake Town Center. Kim Foster, ASPI Corporate Counsel in Renton, says the company is remodeling the building for 3 or 4 smaller retail tenants. Construction, which started this week, should be completed in late November or early December, he said. The building's exterior will feature towers of 35 to 40 feet on each end, and stonework is going to be used to give it a first-class design, according to Foster. The building's interior, which shows signs of the former Kmart, will be redone to accommodate separate retailers. Foster said the company chose to remodel the building because it is believed that Moses Lake's retail is now gravitating toward the Stratford Road area entrance, easily viewed from Highway 17. With Moses Lake's economy expanding since 2010 after BMW's SGL Automotive carbon fiber plant opened, Foster said the major national retailers are now putting the city up on their business radar screens. This is Jeff Chu reporting for iFIBER 1 News.
Thank you, Jeff. Each of the people you see here has warrants for their arrest and is wanted by various law enforcement agencies. If you see any of these people, the DOC asks that you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but to call police. You can also call the Department of Corrections at 509-764-6180 during the day or 509-762-1160 after 5 p.m. We'll be back after these messages with the latest from our iFIBER 1 Weather Center, sports, and more news.